Hello, and welcome to the Ocean Exploration Trust's Unhangout for the Eastern Pacific Workshop. My name is Katie Croft-Bell, and I'm the Executive Vice President of the Ocean Exploration Trust, and I'd like to give you a little bit of an introduction to this workshop, to the background, and then to the results of the workshop that we held in December. So let's go to a presentation that I put together. So to give you a little bit of history on ocean exploration here in the United States, about 15 years ago, President Clinton convened a panel for ocean exploration. And out of it came a number of conclusions, but the most important of which was that ocean exploration should be a high priority for the nation. Following that particular report, there were several presidential and congressional committees and panels convened over the past 15 years that all came to exactly the same conclusion. And so in response, we have been working with the NOAA Office of Ocean Exploration and Research since 2001 to convene a series of workshops as well as expeditions. And so since 2007, there have been 5 workshops that have been held. The first one of which was to identify the technological requirements for vessels of exploration, followed by 4 different workshops on different regions around the world: the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic, the Caribbean, and most recently, exploration of the Eastern Pacific Ocean, which was held in 2014, just about a month ago. And so that's why we're all here today. And then in response also to the panels and the committee reports, as well as the workshops, there are also 2 vessels of exploration that have come online in recent years, and those are the NOAA ship Okeanos Explorer, which is operated by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, as well as the exploration vessel Nautilus, which is owned and operated by the Ocean Exploration Trust. So they are obviously owned by different organizations, operate a little bit differently, but they're very similarly equipped with seafloor mapping and remotely operated vehicle capabilities. And they also have basically the same mission, and that is to go to places that are completely unexplored or very poorly understood, and to start to ask those questions that have not yet been asked about these different places around the world that we haven't yet explored. So if you'd like to learn more about the specifications of both the Nautilus and the Okeanos, you can see the workshop presentations, which Nicole distributed out earlier today, as well as the 2012 supplement to the March issue of Oceanography magazine. And there are also a couple of other locations on the Okeanos Explorer website and the Ocean Exploration Trust website where you can find more information. And if you're interested, we can send around additional links for those. So the purpose of the Eastern Pacific workshop in particular was to do 2 things. And the first was to identify key questions about the Eastern Pacific in all fields of oceanography. So that includes archaeology, biology, geology, physics, and chemistry. And so the idea was to think broadly: what are the big outstanding questions about the Eastern Pacific Ocean that we don't yet understand? And then following on from there, to identify unexplored and poorly understood locations that can start to address those key questions. And so the initial results, the key questions that were identified by each of the discipline-based breakout groups, as well as the high priority target areas identified by the regional breakout groups, can be found in the draft report. That link's been sent around, and it's also in the lobby of this Unhangout, so you can click there and go to it. You can also add your comments. If you're logged in anonymously, if you can add your name to your comments, then we can know where everything's coming from. That would be hugely helpful. A lot of people have already been commenting on the report, which has been wonderful. It's great to be able to incorporate all those comments. And so that's really the purpose of sharing that document, as well as for today. So following on from the workshop itself, the purpose of this Hangout is twofold, and that's to provide additional information about the key questions and high priority target areas that's not already captured in the draft reports. There were some groups that had great notes and some groups where there were some gaps. So we'd love to get your input on the initial results. And if you have additional information on any of those questions or areas, please feel free to discuss those in the breakouts that we'll be holding momentarily, as well as commenting directly on the report itself. And also to identify whether or not we are missing really important key questions or target areas. And we don't want you to just draw boxes around your own white papers. We really want you to think more broadly than that. What are the big outstanding questions that we don't understand about the Eastern Pacific, and where can we go to start to address them? So those are the two sort of charges for the day, and we'll get back to that in just a moment after Nicole presents the initial results of the report. I'm trying to get out of this slide here. So I'm going to turn it over to Nicole so she can present the initial results of the Eastern Pacific workshop. Thank you very much.